Now I gotta do this one-handed. There we go. There we go. I'm on. So, hanging out with the dog right now. She's just chilling on me like always. She had a nice shower last night. Actually, two baths yesterday. Because one, I gave her a bath. I took her down to the lake, got her all cleaned up. We got home, and she did what dogs do. She ran right for the ditch where the mud is and rolled around in it. So she went from I'm gonna call her a redhead. That's a bit red. To completely. Oh yes, oh yes. To completely pitch black. So she got a second bath, which she was unhappy about. How you doing, Cornish? But no, yeah, she got completely muddy. So she got a second bath. Now she's clean, and I'm glad she's hanging out with me. Sucks this weekend though. I got back here Friday evening. Yesterday I talked to my neighbor a bit, and now today there's nobody around to talk to. Hello, Jimmy. And I'm a bit on the lonely side, being a social animal and whatnot. And I kind of find out it's the long weekend, and all the neighbors have taken off to go visit their families and whatnot, and that leaves me hanging out here with a puppy in the woods. I'm letting her go to her spots and stuff to do her business. That's why we're back here. She likes to do a little bit of adventuring back here, hanging out back here. I just hang out sometimes, just do my thing, let her play. And hello again, Jimmy. Yep, Dingle. The it's completely gone. The Wi-Fi is completely gone. I got rid of it, and I got on Facebook Marketplace. I found a lot of people use cell phone range boosters up here, so you can find them on Facebook Marketplace for like $20. I got one of those. That's hooked up, and I reactivated my phone. And yeah, that's what I'm running off of now is 100 gigs a month, and it's cheaper. Like they didn't want to. The only reason why I got the unlimited for that was because I got talked into it, and they said they were gonna pay a third of it. Made it cheaper for me, but now I'm paying $50 a month for my phone instead of $50 a month for the Starlink divided by three. I'm not. I'm not dealing with people like that again. I'll just do it myself. Oh yes, moose. Yes. There's a moose. You fatty moose. Ooh, what do you want? No kisses. I don't like them. Okay, go for a run. There she is. She's adventuring somewhere. Over there. Right there. Yeah, no, she's a very well taken care of animal. She's a bit chubby, but that's still, again, she's not even 6 months yet. She's got a few days to go for 6 months. She's gonna get a little bit bigger soon. Dogs, it's kind of neat. I watch her go from this big, then get wide because they get wide, and then they get long, and then they get wide, and they get long. She's got a little bit wider recently, so she's about to get longer. Uh, Long story short, I got 5 weeks in of work, like solid work. Use the money for a bit. Okay, go. And they got us all laid off. It sucked. When those tariffs hit from the states, us Canadian employees that got laid off. But doesn't matter. I do have a little bit of good news. I wasn't gonna let it go off until it was official, but it's going to be official-ish. If I've got to speak to the person directly, come October, it's just seasonal. But come October 1st, I've got a job for October, November, December, January, until February 1st. 40 hours a week, just minimum wage, but 40 hours a week. Uh, I did. See, I pick up odd jobs around here and there to. No, I haven't really spoken to her much. She's been keeping to herself. It seems like she doesn't want to socialize with anybody up here. That, all the people up here are kind of weird to her. And I know I'm a bit weird, so I get that point. So, people up in the country are weird. Oh, here, that's the point. Is 4 months of work with the amount I spend, even though it's just seasonal, that's enough for me to last the entire year. So it's good, and it's pretty much official. There's a hunting outfitter store. Okay, well, there's a lot of hunting outfitter stores this far north, everywhere. And yeah, I do odd jobs here and there to make ends meet. Like once I started getting to know people in the area that I've been helping, my neighbors build their places up. My neighbor up there, who I helped to build his house, and who knows everybody up here, introduced me to some people who live on the lake I go to, who needed some help putting in the floor for their bunkie. I helped them do that, and yeah, it wasn't much money. It was like a, cash deal, only like $150. But $150 is $150. We got their floor in. It took about 10 hours to get that floor in by myself, and then they talked to somebody who lives on the island there, because we got talking because I've got a license I got through my employer when I was in Sudbury to sell firearms. Well, just so happens they know a person who owns one of the hunting outfitter stores that is only open from October 1st until February 1st, like most of them, for moose and then bear season. And it's all like crown land up here. So they said that they'll get me a job there because he's looking for a seasonal worker, anyways. Someone who has a license to sell firearms, which I do. There's no stores around me. I have to go about 4 hours if I were to walk into town or get a ride with one of the neighbors when they go. So I get to go once a month ish. They do single purchases. There's what, in the one town to the south there are two grocery stores, and the bigger town to the north, surprising, there's only one grocery store. But it's nice. I've got something locked in, guaranteed, because I got to speak to the people who I helped with the flooring for their bunkie. Knew exactly where I live. They told their neighbor where I did, and legit why I'm out here. Come on, Moose. Oh yeah, play. She's in the field. She's chasing butterflies, literally chasing butterflies. But yeah, no, he knew where I was. He came to visit me about a half an hour ago. We talked, and I got my licenses. Showed him the licenses, and he's like, "Cool, cool." And I had to fully admit, I know nothing about shooting. I I hunt a little bit, but for small game with a slingshot. Besides that, I fish a lot. I do fish a lot, but I can sell it. Doesn't mean I know jack shit about it. Oh, he, dude, Cornish. Let's not post those links. Oh, Moose is back, and so am I. Sorry about that. I clicked off. You don't need to post the links. Don't post any links today. I don't need it. I'm doing pretty well. In fact, not only that, I've got some work coming up tomorrow. Everything's closed tomorrow, but I got some handyman work to do tomorrow with one of the neighbors, and I'm making about $60 off of that. So life is good. But thank you, Cornish. I appreciate that. But yeah, I've got some more work coming up tomorrow. Yeah, voiceover. We can do that. It's so I do eat a lot of vegetables, but when I buy my fresh veggies, I like or grow my veggies, I buy them as I use them. Uh, I don't think there's only like one other person or two other people up here that would go into a bulk purchase. Most people here just keep to themselves. That's why they're so far north. And I'll help my neighbors out whenever they need it. It's just I can't see the people getting together to do something like that. It's I don't know how to put it. You get little bits and pieces of roommate drama. I'm gonna call it up here, and just nobody wants the drama. Uh, the thing with the woman and her kids, or me getting lectured by the vegan because I'm cooking meat all the time by the road. I could move it a little further back. I agree. I don't have to cook right at the end of my driveway, but I do. Oh, not much. Just lonely today. All the neighbors are gone because it's Victoria Day weekend. Tomorrow's Victoria Day. So everything is closed tomorrow. People have gone to see their families. Oh, geez, thank you. I appreciate that. Uh, it's just, got to do something to keep the mind active. And I'm going to go fishing tonight. Not right now. I'm unfortunate. I am not lucky with fish. All I get is pike. And they won't be biting right now. And bass won't be biting at all either. The most I'll get is bluegill. But I'll walk down to the lake tonight. I'll probably leave at about 6, get there for 7, fish until 9, walk back, get by 10:30 when it's getting dark. When it's dark, and Moose, excuse me. Oh, this little bugger. She knows what she's doing, right, Moose? Let her play. I don't need to call her over. Come here, Moose. There's the Moose. See, I got her mostly cleaned up again. She was I had given her a proper bath, and then she goes and rolls in the mud, a muddy ditch. But now she's all cleaned up again because I took her in and gave her a nice bath last night. And she got some special treats with her food last night. She was a very good girl when I gave her her bath. She was a very, very good girl. I'm talking to you, Moose, when I gave her her bath. So I keep frozen liver and beef kidneys for her, and I give them a cook. I don't like serving her to raw meat unless it's like legit raw beef. She's got her food from the Mennonite, which keeps her nice and healthy. Her coat is beautiful, and you gotta stop running through the bushes. You got birds on you. I'll get them out. We got a nightly ritual of her sitting in my lap and getting brushed. And yeah, she's chubby and comes on a lot of walks. Like yesterday, she doesn't like the harness too much because she's used to the freedom of the property. Like again, she's trained to the property. She knows how far she's allowed to go on it, and all comes back when she calls. But we go for a walk down the road. She's on a leash because I don't want a squish dog. And she walked the hour to the lake and the hour from the lake. Plus, she walked up and down the banks with me for about 2 hours fishing. And then she came back and got messy. Hey, Boondock. Are you running away? Come on back, Moosey Moo. But no, yeah, it's kind of cool. I really gotta say a serious thank you. I've got this home that is mine forever. And, real safety and security. Like, what? The second we were able to, it was paid off like the day it was possible to do it. Completely done, like, right the second it was sent out to me. And yeah, it was, I did it myself. Like, back in, I think it was like March 2nd, I had the payment out and the contract signed. And I know I took a huge gamble, coming here without ever actually seeing it and thinking it was either a scam or a cult. It wasn't a scam, and there was no sex involved with this place, so it's not a cult. And I don't know what I'm doing right now. I'm just talking out my ass, I guess. Trying to keep my mind active and less lonely. I'm just lonely right now, Boondock. No one's around. Like, all the neighbors are gone until like Tuesday. So no one to go pester and talk to. And I've grown, I want to say accustomed, but I've grown, I'm going to say fond to just having the neighbors around, having actual factual people to speak to. Like, people that are in front of my face. That if I say something stupid, they could slap me if I wanted to. If they wanted to. I really, I know I need that in my life. I need to have people. And there she's back. Good girl. Come on, Moose. Come on. Oh, you want to fight me? I'll fight you back. Look at this fatty moose. Like, look at this. That's all fat. She's so fat. And yeah, no, this one here is probably one of the luckiest dogs on the planet. The food, you cannot get higher quality fresh food than she gets. She does have a dry food that is from the Mennonite. And I've watched them make the thing. They dry out the meat till there's no moisture in it out whatsoever. It's beef and chicken. They also add the organs in there. They dry it out, grind it up. I don't know what they add as the binder. I think it's a tallow they add, like a tallow or a fat they add into the mixture to bind it together. And they make it into little pellets and sell it for very cheap. And it's very high quality food. She loves it. Plus, she gets extras. I make sure she got her iron going well in her because she gets a beef liver twice a week and a half a kidney twice a week. I cook them as well. If it's beef, I give her I'll give her raw beef, no problem. She's good with that. I don't like giving liver or kidney to my dog raw. There's just something I don't like about that. Oh, sorry. Honestly, the Mennonites are amazing to have around. Again, I'm so far north. 12-hour bus ride to Toronto, another 12 back. You only got Mennonites and the natives up here. A lot of what I'm pretty close to the resi. I just have to. I'm pretty close to our resi. When we go to town, we'll take the 20-minute drive north to go to the resi. Because usually my buddy Jason comes with us, and he smokes like a chimney. He buys the Resi Cigs. Hello, Nikki. How are you today? Again, I'm just having here chatting, keeping my mind occupied because I am so lonely today. And then there's the moose adventuring around, doing her thing, smelling the flowers. Yeah, no, she's getting wide again. She's getting really wide, so I'd say within a week or two, she's gonna grow another inch or two long. It's neat to watch puppies grow. They get wider, like this, and then they get longer. Because she's got a little bit of chub on her right now. And she's clean. She had 2 baths yesterday. One at the lake, and then when we got back home, she decided to roll in a muddy ditch. So she got a second bath. She wasn't happy about the second one. And yeah, no, Nikki Moose is always on the loose. She's got her training in. I've got her boundary trained. I put a few markers and trees up along the left and right side of the borders of the land of my lot. The back of the lot, she won't go past these trees right here. Those are her markers. And she will not go past the driveway. She's border trained and she's recall trained. If I give her a call right now, but I'm not going to because she's adventuring and being a puppy. But she's recall trained and she's sit trained. And none of it was with treats or violence. It was all play, play training. Sorry, I have a stammer. I know this. Don't make fun of me. Yeah, I don't like long weekends to her. You two have a happy one. Um, Everything closes down on Victoria Day, and all the neighbors are gone, so I've got like nobody to go pester. I need conversation in my life. I'm trying to get something called make the phone talk with your comments, text to speech. But I found a workaround to do it. It's just getting it active. Victoria Day, Canadian holiday. Queen Victoria's birthday. I think Cornish has it up where he is. English thing because Canada has a heavy ties to England. It's just the truth. Like Queen Victoria is our monarch. I gotta say is we're probably one of the only countries on the planet that received our independence by asking nicely. Mind you, I still don't like the fact that we pay a couple $1 billion to England every year, or that our Governor General is from England. I think it should be all within the Canadian government. But um, our government sucks up here. We've got Carney as the leader, a spineless weasel, and the Liberal Party's still in. That are quite literally ruining this country. Nothing's going to change. We've got euthanasia, which is disgusting. The way it's run. It's like 10, 20,000 people every year are killing themselves that really have no business taking euthanasia. Mind you, I'll be honest with you. I've made my mind up about the MAID program. MAID is medical assistance in death. It's assisted suicide. I've made my mind up about that. And if it comes to the point where I can no longer walk and I have gone blind, which is a possibility, it happens with MS, that is when I'm going to be taking it, when I cannot actually take care of myself. I don't think, being in a wheelchair, not being able to see is even being alive. Ugh. Quebec is pretty, but Quebec isn't representative of Canada. Quebec is Quebec. Um, I don't like Quebec. Quebec is a very racist province. A very racist province. And yeah. But what Canada does have is some very beautiful scenery. If you ever get a chance, get out to Alberta. Uh, it's very flat. You've got the prairies, but they have some of the most beautiful rivers and lakes in the country. Well, Maine, Maine is a lot like New Brunswick in the terrain. All of New Brunswick is like Maine, very hilly, very foresty. If you if you're good in Maine, you'll be good with New Brunswick. Uh, Ontario is just crap. One thing Ontario has above most places is the gold. We've got a lot of gold in Ontario. Uh, Newfoundland has a lot of diamonds, but Ontario has gold among gold among gold. Ontario does. Not here. Not here. I don't. If I want to go to, let's say, an Asian or an Indian grocery market, I have to go minimum. The quickest, the closest I could get to is Ottawa or Toronto, even Barrie. I've been dying to buy some kimchi, some real fermented kimchi. I can't find any. Not up here, at least. So my plan is to get some fish sauce and make my own kimchi. Fish sauce, a Napa cabbage, a glass jar, some ginger, some garlic, some. I'm thinking Himalayan pink salt because it's non-iodized. You need non-iodized sea salt for this, and gochujara, the Korean chili peppers. I won't be able to get, so I have a mortar and pestle. I will modify a little bit and use just chili flakes and crush them. Ooh, apple is nice in kimchi. I actually like to add. I would prefer daikon radish, but I'm just gonna have to add a little bit of horseradish into mine, or maybe some white radish. Plus, when I make it, not carrots, but parsnips. I'll add some parsnips into it. I think that'll make a nice kimchi. A 5-day ferment, and we can do a live stream making kimchi. Um, yeah, no, man, it's. I feel for people. Like, what is that? Oh, that's just something. That's nothing moving. That's just a tree swaying in the wind. Food prices up here have gotten insane. Like, it's even worse in the bigger cities like Toronto. In the bigger cities of Toronto, you can buy a 10-pound bag of apples for maybe 15 bucks, $15 minimum. Up here, it's still $10 for a bag of apple. That's just telling you how bad the food prices are. A steak, if you want a steak, 20, 30 bucks minimum for a blade steak, something that's really crap. And people wonder why I'm getting a lot of my stuff out of cans. because I can't afford the meat. Luckily, I have the option to hunt, so I and are you coming to visit, Moose? I know you always come back to say hi. Sorry, she was running around a bit and she came back to say hi. I love you. See? Hi. I love you. Oh, you on the loose? Right, Moose? What are you doing? You're a happy puppy? Got a headless dog here. Big smiles. Big smiles. Oh, I love you. Oh, I love you so much. Yeah. Yeah. Really. Oh. Ugh. Okay, you're gonna find this so weird, but every night she'll start crying to me because she wants to be held like this, and she'll lay there for like a half an hour. I'll be watching a video or something, and she's just on her back in my arms like this. She wants to be treated like a little baby, and she's so cute. I can't say no to her. Get lost. Go run away. Get. Go play. Go play. You're allowed to go play. Yeah. Really? Go. Oh no, $20 for the cheapest blade steak. Like, if you want, let's say, a halfway decent eye of the round or T-bone, you're talking $50 for something like this big, teeny tiny steak. It's actually the price of meat in Canada is so bad now. We're talking about Canadian raised beef. We're now importing beef from Australia because we're not importing it from the States anymore. For obvious, tariff reasons. We're importing beef from. Actually, no, we were never really importing that much beef from the States because we're our laws. But we're importing beef from Australia, and now the Australian beef is actually cheaper than the Canadian beef. Oh, I like a really good ground beef too, though. Oh, a little bit of ground beef, mix it. I actually end up using ground beef more to make hobo stew. I just thinking about ground beef. I don't know why tacos came to my mind. I really want a taco. I really need to shave this stuff off. You know, got the bald head and everything. Ugh, I forget. 2025. That makes me. I am 37 years old. Jeez. It's honestly, it's going. It's going. Just I just lonely today because there's no one around to go bother. None of the neighbors are home. Moose, my dog, is a great company. She's just not that much of a conversationalist. I have some battery clippers already. I still have my I have my trimmers. I've just been too lazy to cut it on it. Just straight up, it's been too lazy to cut it. That's all it is that a lazy. Except for the beard. I don't care. The beard stays. I might trim up here where the gray is a little bit, but this beard stays. I'm not shaving it again. I'm gonna let it grow down about here for winter and look like Santa Claus. Uh, I'm trying to get a few. I've got a video coming up very soon. I want to do more cooking videos because I enjoy them, but I've already started filming it. A recipe. And my grandmother's French fries with the. She would make her own special kind of fries. She would pickle them over a few days, like legit cut the potatoes, wash as much starch out as possible, jars and pickle them, and then fry them after a few days. They turn into like this rubbery mess. Then you fry them. They're so crispy on the outside, and the inside is just so perfect. And it tastes like you're eating at a proper English fish and chip place where they have like the malty vinegary taste to it. They're so beautiful. Oh, the hillbilly oven or hobo oven, whatever you want to call it, is amazing. I haven't had an oven up here. I've got the burners in the camper, but it's too hot out to cook inside, so I end up cooking outside on a fire. I don't have an oven in the camper. I don't have an oven outside of the camper. I needed one. I had the oil barrel, and I made it, and it works beautifully. If I really want, I can broil on it. It's perfect. I've been able to cook pizza no problem. I've made a total of 3 pizzas on it. I made a steak in it. I broiled the steak in it. Nice and charred, really hot, beautiful, rare, just the way I like it. I cooked 3 quails and 2 squirrels in it. Oh, and yes, I did eat the squirrels. And I never realized squirrel was that tasty. It's messed up how tasty it is. I think it's because they're always foraging for nuts and whatnot. So up here at least, they are actually a very tasty animal. I don't think a Dutch oven would fit in that thing. I've also got my cast iron pan I use a lot. Oh, moose. And there we have a moose in her natural habitat. I'll tell you one thing though, I love that dog more than anything on this planet. I would kill for that dog. Oh yeah, no, you don't eat no city squirrels. And it's the same thing with see, I spent a lot of time outdoors. Heck, I spent a lot of time outdoors with my grandparents and whatnot. And there's so many small things like I know where to and where not to camp. If you see things like deadfall on the ground, a lot of branches, don't camp there. Good to collect wood for burning, but not good to camp. You'll die. And things like that. You can easily rule. Sorry, I have a problem with the R's. Rule. When I was a kid, again I have a pretty bad, not a terrible stutter, but I have a stutter, stammer, whatever you want to call it. It sucks. When I was a kid, it was really bad. I couldn't even say the word red. It always came out that I had to go red, red, with this weird ass accent. They're like, "Where are you from? The country?" Nah, I'm born from Toronto. Eh? 25 bucks for yeah. So that works out to about $19 Canadian, and sorry, that works out to 25, 32 Canadian. And at a fish and chip place up here, it's so bad. One person, you're talking about $20 for a single piece of fish meal. 25, 30 bucks. It's why again. Well, that's not why I don't go to restaurants. I don't go to restaurants because people's hands freak me out. The idea of people's hands on my food makes my stomach churn. So that's the reason why I don't go to restaurants. The other reason why is I'm far too poor to go to restaurants and order out. Why would I do that when I can cook at home? And yeah, sometimes I'm a lazy cook, like tin can casserole, uh, shit on a shingle, except my way. I actually make a well, we call it more we call it a hot beef sandwich here. I think in the States y'all call it shit on a shingle or chipped beef on bread. Here you use something like a Montreal smoked beef or some sliced brisket. Get a nice onion-based gravy. So get yourself a pack of instant French onion soup. Make that up, little cornstarch to thicken it. So it's a gravy, but not really a gravy. Toast a piece of bread, throw the beef on, and pour the gravy over top. That's what we'd call a hot beef sandwich with a brown onion-based soup gravy. Zena, you don't understand how bad the prices are. Here's where Canada kind of sucks. With our income, we are taxed heavily. Let's say you're in the lowest tax bracket. The lowest tax bracket would be above $19,000. So if you make 19,001 every year, you'll be in the first percentile. So you'll be paying about 17% taxes a year. If you make $30,000 or more, you're in the second percentile, and you're up to about 25% of your income. Making $100,000 a year, you're walking away with 60 of that. You get what I'm saying? We're taxed to death. Plus, our food costs are disgusting. Oh, I shop smart. I make it buy on less than about $200 a month. I make $200 a month. I'm in Ontario too, and how do you? There's not a real option for me to go to multiple stores to shop. Literally, I can't drive. I have seizures. I can't hold a driver's license. Either way, if I walk to town, it's 4 hours. If I'm lucky enough to get a ride, it's 20 minutes. So the one town has two grocery stores. It's the smaller town, which is really weird to me. And they're both Loblaw. Well, one's a Foodland and one's a Value Mart. So there's two. If I don't go there, I go to the other town, which has a grocery store, and it's not even a no frills. And you're in Scarborough. Holy, I'm gonna yeah. You're in Toronto, right? So, are you renting or do you own? Tony, I can't have a small vehicle. I'm not allowed to drive. I had an e-bike. I had a seizure while I was on the e-bike and broke the back tire, so I'm gonna turn it into something else. It's it was a risk with the e-bike that I took. I should not have took, but I took. So yeah, yeah. Scarborough rent. Your rent is disgusting. Then Scarborough. What kind of a place are you in, Zena? Are you in a like? Are you renting an apartment, like an apartment building, or a house, or a room, or something like that? If you're renting a room, rent 1450, single bedroom apartment. Are you renting a basement? Like what style of place are you renting? 1450 is really good. Jesus Christ. Yes, you are Scarborough, so that's about right. You know it's not. You are really lucky. Is it in an apartment building or are you renting a basement apartment? Like if it's a full above ground apartment, do not let that place go. Do not let that place go. 1450 for a two bedroom is amazing. That is an amazing price, by the way. That is an amazing price for for an apartment, even in Scarborough. In fact, I know where you are. I know exactly where Scarborough you are for rent that cheap. I'm not gonna say what building, but I'm gonna take a little guess of the road. You're around Morningside and Kingston Road. You're around that area. That's You're not near the town center because the minimum near the town center is about 2K for a bachelor. Kingston and VP. See, yeah, you're near the beaches. That's why. I I know the area. I know the area. VP and Danforth. Oh shit! You're living. You're living in my old area. Uh, VP and Danforth. So I forget the school's name. There's a school just a little bit down the street from you. Uh, fucking, I don't remember the name of the school there. It's an elementary school, not a high school. But VP and Danforth. Literally, I used to live right down the street from where you are. I If you just go a little bit to the east from you, you know where Danforth Road and Warden and Danforth. Well, I used to live like right there. I get I know those apartment buildings all around there. And if you're right by the VP station, and they just recently renovated those, didn't they? A lot of those older buildings that got renovated. That's a shit area too. That that it's a rough area. No, I know the area. I grew up in that area. I'm a Toronto boy. I'm Warden Danforth. Oh shit, the old KFC. I remember. Yes. Yeah, you're talking about the KFC that's pretty close to the Lickbow. So I left that. I sold the place back in 2013, 2014, 2015 ish. And even back then, it was there were the mosques and whatnot coming in, and hell, when I was there, they were trying to get rid of the rub and tug down the street. There used to be where it was. There used to be a massage parlor called the White Rose Spa. I think they finally. I don't know if it's still there, but when they opened up, we they were all trying to get rid of it. Can I ask what's your age? This is true. The voiceover of Antine is correct. Can I ask what's your age? I don't think that really matters. Oh, you're way too young. Never mind. I'm gonna say you. I might have met you a few times. Like I knew everybody. I knew everybody. You're. Well, I've got 10 years on you, so I don't know you. Where the fuck did my hair go? Mostly went down my back into my ass. It's called getting older. Left the top of my head, went down to my face, went down to my chest, down my back. Oh, it's Northern Ontario. We have mosquitoes, black flies, and horse flies right up until the first frost. Fatty Moose, what are you doing? You know what? It's cold up here. We got to protect ourselves. Our hair leaves our head to go to the rest of our body. Man, I'm like Sasquatch underneath here. I can walk naked through the woods in -40 and I'm fine. Oh, the flies piss me off too. But it's either this or streaming in my home. And when I got here, I made a decision. Is I didn't have a home for such a long time, especially when, you've been doing very well for yourself your entire life. Like, fuck, one time in my life, I'm making well into the six figures. I made more than some lawyers. Crane operator, right? And when you have nothing, like, you get sick, you lose everything, bad marriage, who cares? It happened. When I had nothing, you kind of learn to appreciate things. You want to keep things just for yourself. So I won't stream from my home. That's a place that I keep personally for myself. I keep it away from everybody but me. That's a me. That's my respite. So I come out here. If I'm not out here, if I'm out here, there's gonna be flies around. They're everywhere. So I need my place here, like that. Moose, you're getting dirty again. Oh, actually, J. Cruz, it's only legal to camp now on Crown land. There is Crown land around my lot. I think there's Crown land to the back of me and over there. There's a lot of it way up north, but they did pass the anti-homeless laws up here right as I was getting out of homelessness. Where if you are on publicly owned land, you can be arrested or kicked off, which there are some of that I agree with. I kind of agree with not criminally charging, but if you are homeless and you're caught being homeless and addicted to whatever substance, may it be alcohol or drugs or whatever, I think you should be forced into treatment. And it's not like I'm saying don't drink. I will never say that. I think in moderation, anything can be healthy. Completely, if you want to have a beer, have a beer. And I don't even knock a homeless person for having alcohol. I don't think it's good to go overboard. I'll knock them for going way too far with it. There are times where I had one or two beers when I was homeless. Mind you, since I've been here, I've drank more than I have in my entire life combined. 2 days, 3 days a week when I'm helping my neighbor build his house, or my other neighbor build the house, or my other neighbor build the house. But it's one of those laws of the country living up north. Is they know you're not going to take money, but they're going to make you take a beer and stuff. You're going to throw it in your face and say, drink this, just to make the work go a little bit fast. Not faster isn't the word, but you're with the boys. I really appreciate you guys coming in here and taking the time out of your days and whatnot to give me some company. I was lonely. All the neighbors be gone to this weekend because it's a long weekend. And I needed some good conversation. 100% Skip. 100%. I think the cops, among more people, should be regularly, daily drug tested. 100%. Screw the police. I don't care about. I've got my cop stories. I have no respect for police. I've had, since I've been here, 2 interactions with the cops. One was called on this little mutt, right, Moose? With the last week, a guy shows up with his bloody pit bull, and he did grab my dog and was going to shake her, and I grabbed that dog and threw it to the ground and got my dog. The guy called the police saying I got a vicious animal here. Look at this little fart. That's a vicious animal. Right, you're a vicious animal. But those cops were cool. The other one was the police. When I first got on up here, they showed up and someone complained about barking at a barking dog. This is private property and unrecognized land. You can build what you want without building permits. There's my little shit this big. Literally got her for 5 days. But she was gifted to me. Had her for 5 days. She can barely bark. J. Cruz, not all homeless people are drug addicts. It's sad to say there's a lot of it out there. I'd say 90%, 99% of it are addicts. Mental illness and homelessness go hand in hand. Unfortunately, being homeless is a very stressful thing. And I know I've got my PTSD from it. But over the long term, it wears you down, and I understand how people can go down a very dark path. Oh, not too much. Just keeping myself entertained today, chatting, chilling. I like hanging out back here. It's nice and cool. I've cleared a few trees out. And honestly, I'm back here today. I gotta go borrow a chainsaw. I can't say I gotta go get my chainsaw. I don't have a chainsaw. I'll borrow a chainsaw. And I've got to harvest 8 of these these ash aspen. And I'm just, picking out which ones I want to harvest. Probably going to take these 2 and all the thick ones. I'll take maybe 4 from this side, 4 from down there. Cut all the branches off and size them up because once I figure out TTS, the top text to speech, I'm going to be doing a live stream build and still be able to talk to you guys. I've got a project I've had in mind for a while that I have to complete, start at least and complete, and that is for my solar setup. I have safety gear. I have my own. But I'm very fortunate. I'm blessed with good neighbors, and I like to think I'm a good neighbor as well. I will always help someone who needs it up here. Again, my neighbor to the left. Sorry, if I'm facing this direction, he's to the right. But if I'm facing the road, he's to the left. That way, I helped him put in his deck, stain the deck, stain his windows, winterize and winterproof with caulkings. He's helping him with the sealant. But construction background. My other neighbor up the hill, I helped him completely from nothing, put the foundation in, the pillars, the cement, the walls, the floors, and the roof. Oh, he also had me design the damn building. I'm not an architect or an engineer, sir, but I know what squaring is possible. I've got my shack going, log cabin, but it's built the code. Hello, Joanne. Joanna. Oh. So my other neighbor, I've got a picture of the place. I've been putting up. We've been doing the outside paneling for this place, and we were down at the Mennonites looking for some wood because we're going to properly insulate the thing, because, negative 50 up here in the winters. And then I saw these foam insulated garage door panels. The strips, but they're too short. There are some of them they're damaged, and they're foam insulated too. They're garage doors built for a Canadian winter. They're like this thick, foam insulation, really good for keeping the cold out of a garage. And I asked the Mennonites, how much are these panels? And they've got about 100 of them in a stack. They're all damaged, so they can't use it. Say that you can take it for free. So we're going to go back for the rest of them. They gave us 40 of the panels, and we're putting garage door panels up on the side of the guy's house, right around it from top to bottom as the insulation. And it looks okay. Moose is feeling good. She's right here, playing with stuff she's not supposed to. She was cleaner today. Yesterday she had 2 baths, one at the lake and a proper brush out. Then she came back home and went swimming in a dirty ditch. Like, she got back, let her off the lead, right to the ditch. She was black. So she got a second bath and brush out, and she was unhappy about that one. And now she's just, working on getting muddy again. But she's hanging out with me because she's a good girl. Oh, it's getting... I need a good shave. But, I'm going to grab the razor out in the next couple days or weeks or whenever I feel like it. Shave up here off. Keep the beard this time. Let the beard grow out over the winter. Because my face gets cold when I'm outside. And next month, my wood delivery gets here. So I've got 2 orders of it coming. That is a total of, 16 reams of wood, which is a lot of wood. Dried, cut, and stacked. If anything, my hair's not going to grow like a wizard. It's going to grow like I'm about to, spout my plans for global domination. I shall rule the world. I'm looking for berries to pick too. Nah, man, I've been going bald for a long time. Cocking? Cocking. What's wrong with cocking? Cocking. I know what you're talking about. It's like you guys. Also, when I say a hawk, the big black hawks in the sky flying around my head. I'm surrounded by the big black hawks all the time. I get what you're saying, eh? But it's fantastic, by the way. So I'm lonely today, but I feel fan-freaking-tastic. This is my 3rd day back on the medication after 5 months. I can walk around no problem. My legs aren't in pain. I'm feeling fantastic. Oh, I gotta show you guys all the dog food I have. I've got about 6 months supply of dog food stored for that little monster. I've got another, I'd say, 2 months worth of puppy chow saved up for her. The rest is for an adult. They're the bigger chunks, but they're all from the Mennonites. And again, I don't think you could buy quality food this high quality for less than $100 for maybe a 20-pound bag at a pet store. Being up so close to the Amish, the Mennonite, makes me happy. I'm happy I can give my animal such a high quality diet, and she does get her treats. Again, twice a week she gets beef liver to herself, as well as half a beef kidney twice a week. I want her to. She need just in case the extra she's lacking iron in her diet. You always go for that. Same thing for me with the omegas. I do a couple cans of sardines a week. I try to do 3 days a week, but I just eat it. I'll eat a full can of sardines over a small thing of rice. Sardines are fantastic for your body. You don't want to eat them every day because the plastics and the heavy metals can build up, but 3 days a week is pretty good for you. Honestly, I end up coming back here too much. I sit back here a lot. Just I think this is my little happy place in the woods. A few steps from home. No sounds from the community or the roadways. Get to hear. Not all sounds are blocked out, but I get to listen to the trees and the birds. The air is amazing. There's not much more I could ask for. Not to mention, whenever I feel like it, I can turn around and go home. Because I got a home here. With no government oversight, because unrecognized land is the best. And I wish I could inspire more Canadians to get up this way. To get out of the cities like this. I feel like man isn't supposed to be in a crowded city. I think we're supposed to be in these small, tight-knit communities. I think that's very healthy and good for you. Guys, I'm going to say this. I appreciate you coming here, chatting with me. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I got what I needed from this. She's not a schnauzer. She's not a mini schnauzer either. She's only 6 months old. She's probably gonna double in double in size that she is now. Um, she is a mutt. She's an Australian Shepherd, Dachshund. Um, I think Jack Russell Terrier, and Poodle. I think a Dachshund Poodle, Jack Russell Terrier mixed with a thoroughbred Australian Shepherd to make that little mischief maker. But no, I try. I only do it the awful two. Sorry, she gets awful. She gets the kidneys. I have a kidney, a piece of liver, in her food twice a week, and the rest. Like her food bowl is always full. She's not a big eater. She's a picky eater. She's a grazer. So she'll go. She's gone back home right now. I heard her jump into the camper. Doors open. She goes in there, munches, comes back out, does her thing. She'll be back in a couple minutes. Moosey Moo, come here. Come, Moose. I've no. I can't really claim any different. I'm from the city, but I agree with you. The newest person here who gave me trouble is from the city, and she thinks it should work the way cities work. I don't. Country living is a lot different. Everything is a lot slower. But it is what it is. I'm going to let you guys go. I really appreciate you guys coming in today. I got what I needed from you guys. You guys gave me my conversation. You guys have took away the lonely spells. I'm going to start cutting down trees and cranking them back to my camper to start construction. I'm going to work on doing something called text to speech so I can stream the build. I've been wanting to do a build stream for a while, but I cannot do that. The I cannot do that without the supplies, and I don't feel confident leaving my phone in my pocket or out in the open while I'm felling trees. I can be a bit clumsy, and I don't want to lose this phone. I have this one phone that I got for $75 last year, and I don't want to have to replace it. So you guys, thank you for joining me. I love you all, and thank you for letting me be selfish and get what I need from you guys today. I love y'all. Bye-bye.